Hey guys, Kevin here with Victory 4x4. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install our rear hatch MOLLE panel on a 5th gen 4Runner. So first things first here, we need to get this hatch cover panel down. In order to do that, our first thing is going to be to get this cover out with just a little pry tool. You can probably use a flat screwdriver here. There's just going to be a clip on each side of that that's got to come loose. And then you can access this 10mm bolt head in here and pull that down. Hang on to this strap. And now that you have that all out of the way, the only thing holding this in is some clips. So we'll get underneath this corner with some sort of panel removal tool. You might be able to use a screwdriver or something here. Just be careful not to scratch your paint. So I'm going to use a rag in here to pry against. And once you get that started, you can probably just get in here with your fingers and work these clips loose. Once you have all those clips loose, you want to reach up in the hatch and disconnect these light wires. And you just need to push down on that clip and slide the connector out. There's one on each side. Now with that done, you should be able to slide this panel up because this just kind of sits down in the window channel and the whole thing comes down. Now you're ready to install your MOLLE panel. Now with this cover panel out, we can begin the install. We're going to be using these 3 ridges molded into the factory panel to align our MOLLE panel. So what you're going to do, you're going to kind of lay it down on here, use the center row of holes, and then you're going to have rows out here that are going to have 4 square holes cut in that are going to fit these carriage bolts that we supply with the kit. All right, so you'll align our center row of round holes here with the center ridge in the panel. And then to vertically align it, you're going to want to use this cutout around this factory bolt hole and just align that evenly and make sure that this MOLLE panel is level with the top of the factory panel. So now that you got the panel aligned where you want it, take one of the provided aluminum spacers and place it under the square cutout hole. Just center that under the hole and apply a little bit of pressure to hold it in place. Now you can drill a small pilot hole there. Like so. And then go ahead and move everything out of the way and drill yourself a 5/16 hole for the carriage bolt to pass through. Now we're going to recommend doing these one at a time so that the panel doesn't walk around on you at all during this install, and that way you get the best end result. So with that hole drilled, I'll put the provided carriage bolt, nut, and washer in, and then I'll move on to the next hole and kind of just do that same thing all the way around for all 4 bolts. Okay, so now that we have all 4 holes drilled and our panel located, we can flip it over and work on the other side. Okay, so here on the back side, all you really have to do is tighten these 4 bolts up using a 1/2 inch socket or wrench. But one thing to note, as you can see on the bottom 2 here, these do kind of land on this center molded rib in the plastic. You can see what we did here on this side is we just tightened it down, and that rib's not super strong, so it's just going to kind of collapse under that pressure. But if you're concerned about that, you can just get in there with a razor knife. That's going to be pretty easy to just cut out and cut down flush so that your washer has a nice flat place to sit. Other than that, all you have to do here on the back side is tighten these 4 nuts up, and then we can install this back in the truck. Now with all 4 of those tight, you can clean up any mess we might have made and get this installed back in the truck. All right, so now to get this reinstalled, it's just going to be the reverse of what we did to take it out. So I'll start by hooking it on this window channel. And I'll get up in here, reconnect those light wires. Now, making sure all your push pin connectors are lined up, you can start popping those back in. Next, we'll reinstall our strap and our single 10mm bolt. Pop that plastic cover back in place. And there you have it. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Email us at info@victory4x4.com or give us a call, 269-459-8447.